Hey, let's do some news.
All right.
All right.
Well, now that we're on this subject.
Okay.
It isn't actually about tattoos I want to speak, but a new study that says 20% of adults have gay impulses.
Fred. Fred has them, I'm telling you, man. When he got loaded, he was with Gay Rich, and they were stroking each other, and it was really intense.
Remember the other day when we were talking about the whole Dr. King thing with Gay Rich? I really wanted you to have Dr. King work on Fred.
I'm going to tell you something. I think Dr. King would just have to put a slight lime jam on Fred, and Fred would be a full-fledged homosexual.
Amen.
What?
That's your fantasy of it.
Hey, dude, I'm telling you, you didn't see it. I don't care how much liquor you put in me. I would not make
videotape to show him.
I would not make moves on Gay Rich.
Hugging a guy doesn't mean necessarily
hugging. You were stroking him, and you were kissing.
I was not.
Well, he was kissing you, and you weren't resisting.
Well, you don't know, Fred.
Shots out of my mind.
Okay.
He found something in me.
There you go.
Find in a woman.
I'll take 16 shots. I guarantee you, I'll put Gay Rich through a window. He gets on top of my lap.
You couldn't take 2 shots.
Gay Rich will be sitting through a window.
He needed comfort.
Hey. He was a nice guy. He was there in my time of need.
All right. You got a point there.
Oh, boy.
Whatever drives you to it, my friend.
20% of American men and nearly that proportion of women report having had homosexual experiences or felt attracted to members of the same sex since adolescence.
Not me, boy.
Now, Fred, can you honestly say that you have never consciously felt an attraction to a man?
Not sober.
Fred right now has a lot of confusion that he has to work through. I don't think he should be put on the spot.
Maybe we shouldn't cross-examine him.
I'm quite clear.
At this point in time.
Have you quit drinking?
Yeah.
Good. Good for you.
The survey is based on thought, not just action, because when you consider action, Howard, the number of gay people goes down to something like 6.2%.
I got to admit, though, I was looking through a magazine the other day, and there was this really good-looking guy laying down in his underpants.
Yeah.
And I was looking at him, and I said, there's a good-looking guy. Aside from the penis, he almost looks like a girl. And I said, nah. Then I caught myself. I almost
So what is that on the scale?
That might be a 1 or a 2.
Homosexual tendency?
That might be a 1 or a 2. Maybe a 0.2.
He's got to look sort of like a girl to make it okay.
Yeah. He almost looked like kind of...
Doesn't matter. He's a guy.
It was a guy. And then, after I saw the crying game, I tried to think, would I maybe do something to that dude? The girl with the penis?
Yeah.
I might let him do, oral sex or something.
And where do you fall in that transsexual?
Oh, that's a very deep problem for me.
A whole situation there.
No. I tell you something. I am not into transsexuals because I think, it's dirty down there because the doctor makes something that doesn't clean itself. So I would have a real problem with that. Although when I was with Tula here in the studio...
you have to consider in the heat of passion how much you throw out. You throw out a lot of consideration.
I got to admit,
when you're...
Tula's better looking than any girl I ever had. And he was standing there in panties with no top on. And he comes over to me, and I got to tell you something. He started grabbing me. I got aroused. So I don't know where I stand on that. I don't know.
Another confused human being.
Let me put something over my face so people can't see that it's me saying this in case this ends up on TV.
I was quite confused.
I made a mistake. Whoa. So I don't know.
Fred's gay juice.
Because that's what they're talking about. They're talking about simply having thoughts as opposed to having to complete an act. They're not confining homosexual tendencies to actually committing an act.
I'll tell you what it is. You watch all these shows, and the homosexuals get on there, and they're screaming about how most guys are homosexual, they just don't know it. Then you see everybody's gay.
Wowie.
And you start looking at the magazine and say, let me test to see, maybe I got something going on.
Questioning
Let me
yourself.
challenge my own heterosexuality. But I know I'm straight. What?
One of our gay listeners just called and has a message for Fred. They want Fred to know what the sober mind conceals, the drunken mind reveals.
Aha.
Oh, here we go.
So true.
Who knows?
Hoo-ha. Touche. Let me tell you something. The guy's right, Fred.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times you get drunk, and your true feelings come out.
Well, even Gorilla came to me.
Let me see your degree, and I'll believe you.
Okay.
Gorilla came to me after the bachelor party, and he said, Robin, Fred started to make me nervous. You know how Gorilla is.
Yeah, everyone was nervous. Why do you think Fred fell down the steps? Everyone was afraid to grab him.
Basically, Grill's a homophobe anyway. So.
And he was afraid of you, Fred.
Fred, will you be marching in the parade next year?
If they asked me, I would.
Get used to it.
He's the poster boy.
We're gay. Hey ho.
We're queer. We're here. Get used to it.
Fred, can you say that?
If I'm asked to say it, I'll say it.
All right.
Oh, he gets
Hey
so
ho.
different.
Are you gonna be a radical gay man? All
Me?
right.
I'm not gay.
I thought the whole marriage was over. I said, there's somebody afraid comes home from a bachelor party, announces to his wife he's gay.
I think that's your big fear, though.
Nah.
I think so.
Okay, so it is.
So, Fred, let me ask you the question they asked people in this survey.
All right, go ahead. Ask Fred. He's a good
We never see
example.
Robin with a man, so does that we assume that she's gay? We see her hugging other women.
I've never seen her hug another woman the way you hug Gay
You
Rich.
never see me sitting on the lap crying.
There you go.
You were weeping in his arms.
Well, there you go.
All right, Robin, ask Fred the
Drunk
question.
out of my mind.
Oh, drunk is not an excuse.
Yeah, I've been drunk. I didn't start crying on some guy.
Gay Rich.
And what are you going to do when Gay Rich leaves? Are you going to be all broken up?
Yeah, he's planning a whole
wish
another
him
party.
well. I wish him well.
Maybe it's better he leaves.
Yeah, so
I
Fred
don't think
can go
I
on
can control
being...
myself for another day.
Are you comfortable around him still?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you hugged him again? Thanked
As a
him?
matter of fact, I have.
Ooh.
Oh, a second liaison.
In
And I didn't pop a
secret
Woody
this
or nothing.
time.
What? Go ahead, ask him the question.
All right, Fred. Have you ever, since adolescence, had thoughts or a sexual attraction to a man?
That's a yes. I know it is.
That really is a hard question because I think everybody.
Homo.
We got it.
I think everybody thinks about it.
Homo.
If that makes me a homo, then that makes you
All
a
right.
homo too.
All right,
You
fine.
do the same thing.
I'm only thinking that about you.
That I believe.
So there, Fred falls in that 20%.
There you
Wow.
go. And I think that number is higher.
Fred, maybe we ought to take a break, let you cool down.
Yeah.
I think there's a little too much sexuality in the room.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
You really are.
This is out week.
I think.
Anybody else want to come out?
I think those glasses are too dark for you. There's no light getting into your brain.
Could be. All right, let's take a break.
right,
calm down.
No firm conclusion has been drawn. I'm sorry, Ron.
Homophobe.
You got a cough to tickle in your throat?
Homophobe. Homophobe.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-oh, Fred just shot me the look. Okay, man, you know I'm just kidding.
Hey.
No, you're not. You mean it.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Hey, man, what's the big deal? What are you so
If
upset?
I was gay, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Thank you. All right, listen, let's take a break, Fred. Obviously, you're as straight as an arrow. Straight as one of those arrows you put through your head.
This week.
This week at least.
All right, listen, let's take a break. Everybody,
All right.
hey, listen, who knows what's in anyone's mind?
That's right. Who knows
Up
what
there.
evil lurks?
Let's take
We know how much evil was in your mind, Robin.
let's take a break, and we'll be back right after these words. So where were we?
We were talking about the news.
Yeah.
We found out that Fred is, it's 20% of people who
There you go.
have gay tendencies. And now we'll go on.
Big deal, Fred.
Yeah, so you're, 20% of the population. It's not.
Don't
like
mean you're a
small
homo.
number.
I'm-
Doesn't mean you're going to do anything.
I was crying on my shoulder through the whole commercial.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There you
She's
go.
so sensitive.
You're killing everybody. You know how many people listen to this show? What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry, I outed Fred. I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Outed.
Yeah, you both outed me. You're taking the same drugs he is,
Picture
Robin.
of you on the cover of Q magazine.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the Advocate next week.
Can you
I'm the poster boy.
Fred Norris.
And Robin's the centerfold.
For years on the show, he played that Mr. Blackswell character.
That's right.
You know, the stereotype of a homosexual. Now here he is. He admittedly has homosexual feelings. No, obviously you do not. I know you're all man, my friend.
Say what you want. It's your show, man.
It's my show. Well, it's your life. You do with it as you please.
Thank you.
What is it, Gorilla? How dare you interrupt my newscast?
Sorry.
What?
Fred is gay. I'm sick of it. I had to say something. He tried.
Fred is gay.
You think Fred's gay?
Negligee.
Well, when I was at the bachelor party, I went.
Oh, you're leaving.
Uh-oh. Fred's beating up Gorilla.
He's going to rape Gorilla.
What? Gorilla almost ran out of the room.
I thought I was getting popped.
What is that?
No, I came over and I sat next to Fred, wish him, congratulations and everything. And he just put his arm around me and just started rubbing my arm up and down. And like he had me there. At first I think, oh, Freddie's my buddy, it's all right. But then it just...
That's how it happens.
It didn't stop.
That's how people get molested.
I've been turned on ever since I saw him when he pulled down his pants and showed me his tattoo.
There you go.
And you were just trying to...
So he started rubbing your arm and you were like, hey, it's okay.
First I was like, yeah, it's Freddie, my buddy. And then it didn't stop and he kept going and kept going. I said... Wow, I said...
Oh, my God, I'm a sex object.
Suddenly you felt like a woman.
I said, well, all right, he's pretty drunk. I said,
you're like a harassed woman. You were like, well, he is my boss in a way. I don't want to offend him.
But then I remember somebody walked by and went like this. And looked at me like this face, and I was like, I was just trapped there in this corner.
Okay, so something was going on between you and Fred?
They just looked at me like, yeah, like, what?
Well, Fred had an excuse. He was drunk. You were straight. I mean,
But I was like sort of like cornered, and then I said, well, it's just, all right, maybe he's just being friendly.
So how long did it go on?
A good 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you stayed there.
And then after that, I said, okay, all right, congratulations, Freddie. Thank you. That's enough.
You should have said yes. You would have got a promotion.
Yeah.
Steve, why haven't you returned my call?
Why do you think Fred's so angry with you?
That's true.
Because you didn't give in.
You hussy.
Oh, that pent up.
That's rage.
Fred, isn't it weird to hear all the stuff you were doing and you don't even know it?
Well, you want to know something? If it happened, it happened. What am I going to say? I have no answer.
Then Fred grabbed the dog and raped it. Remember that? Have you told him that yet? All right. Go ahead.
If they were really vicious, Fred.
Gorilla, what are you thinking? Fred's all man. He ain't no homo.
All right.
You think he is?
If you say so.
You thinking maybe he is?
If you say so.
You're saying you think the alcohol in him brought out the true Fred?
It made him
I just think it made... I don't know if it made Fred like a homo. I just think it made him like sort of emotional. He let down a couple of barriers and then he just sort of like maybe loosened up.
Gorilla, wasn't he going, I love you to you?
He was going, you're my pal, I love you,
Oh, man. That's a little more...
rubbed.
That's the only way to get Gorilla in bed.
That's a horrible thing.
That is horrible.
All Gorilla knows is he's been pretty drunk, and he's never rubbed any guy.
Yeah, no. I never have either.
I never rubbed any guy, boy.
Fred, you might want to talk to somebody. They got a gay crisis line, they call it.
Gay crisis.
What?
Either I must have blocked this out of my mind. I'm totally not making this up, but Freddie did pretty much the same thing to me, and I just assumed that Fred was just very drunk.
Why aren't you guys with girls?
But he did make me a little uncomfortable.
We had a room full of girls.
But he was rubbing my back and saying that he loved me and stuff.
Really?
I thought he meant like he loved me like a friend.
I don't know.
Well,
but it made me uncomfortable.
Okay, you're attracted to every guy, Fred.
Did you
you might be super homosexual.
How many faces did he get?
That was when I first realized
he was out of off.
No, that was when I first realized that he was really, really, really drunk.
So what happened? Let me get this straight. He started rubbing your back.
I'll tell you exactly. Fred sat in that one area the entire time. You know what I'm talking about?
I know where he was.
So I saw Fred sitting there alone, and I went and sat down next to him, and Fred and I were going to go riding our bikes, and I said,
there was a reason he was alone.
I said, Fred, are you sure you're going to be able to ride tomorrow? And he put his arm around me, and he started like rubbing my back, and he goes, man, I love you, man. I said, I love you too, Freddie. You know?
You want to go riding?
And he goes, but then he was almost like nodding out at times, but not like that.
But he never stopped rubbing.
And then I just, we talked for a little while, and he kept rubbing. I felt.
There's a room full of girls, and Fred's rubbing guys.
Yeah, but you know what? We almost had like. The girls were there for 2 hours. It was almost like you needed a break for a minute.
Yeah, I think I'll have a guy now.
But I only hear about Freddie and guys.
I don't know what happened.
I have to admit, Fred did have 2 girls the whole time he was sober.
Didn't he beat them up?
He vomited on them.
At one point,
he did. Fred, you were classically gay. You vomited on the girls, and this would only be with guys.
At one point, Fred had 2 girls at him the whole time, and he
didn't even respond.
And that's why I went over to say hello, because he didn't have any more girls.
Text. So he was rubbing your back, and at what point did you get uncomfortable?
Like 2.5 minutes, maybe.
Really?
Tops.
And then what did you do? Did you move away?
It just didn't stop, and he was
relentless.
But I didn't feel. I didn't feel like
he wasn't going any further.
I just felt like, boy, Fred's getting all syrupy. I got to get out of here.
Right. Gorilla hung in there for an extra 2.5. That's when the real romance starts.
I don't know what kind of a syrup he was going to give me.
I just thought maybe his syrup would stop.
Actually, I think deep down Steve wanted it.
Yeah, because he stayed.
Waiting for something to happen.
Don't forget,
I felt trapped.
And don't forget, Steve.
You want to know something? You're in
like
control.
sexual
You're probably
molestation.
much more sober than me. You could have walked away, but you didn't, man.
And he's already had that gay experience with his friend in the bed. And the guy was talking to him.
Man.
It was a nice moment. I didn't want to ruin it.
It was kind of a catch-22. You'd been waiting for a close moment with Fred because he's always picking on you, and then finally he comes, and it was just a little too close.
Exactly.
So you didn't know what to do.
You can't handle it, man.
But that's typical harassment syndrome.
Oh, yeah. Fred treats you bad, and then when he's nice to you,
there you go.
He pounces.
Goes over that.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Young man.
Well, I don't know. I think we ought to get off this subject.
I'm silent.
Because too many more men will show up with
Did you notice the show just went like silent? Everyone's thinking. Everyone was, I know, I got lost in thought. I got a lot to work out here.
There will be questions about that night.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a night, it was a day.
Well, Fred has, by the way, I'm proud of him. Fred is just as confused about this. He stopped drinking. What is it?
Ralph, your makeup guy, has some gay Fred stories, too.
Uh-oh.
Now, if you told Ralph
I'll tell you one thing. If I truly was gay, it would definitely never be for Ralph.
Well, let's find out.
You know, now forget it, Fred. I was going to come to your defense, kind of.
Well, who wants to hear that?
Well, forget it, Ralph. They don't want to hear it.
What happened?
It was that same time at the bachelor party. He's holding my hand and rubbing my arm. But he was just...
Well, you've got really nice arms.
Yes, he does.
I got to admit.
He's built.
Well, you do that, too.
Ralph.
What?
So you were holding? Yeah, he was holding your hand. He was holding
my hand, and he was rubbing the outside of my.
Fred, I'm insulted. I'm the only guy who didn't get you.
You just didn't stick around long enough.
Well, Fred did, in all defense, like a girl. You can see that Fred's not attracted, but he threw up on me, too.
Fred actually turned into a slut.
So he was holding your hand and rubbing your arm?
He's sitting across from you or next to you? What's the
Hey, Ralph.
Hey,
Ralph, nice defense.
Yeah, really.
Hey, Fred, I was going to come to your defense. You were holding my hand and rubbing my arm.
He asked me if I wanted to go to the Virgin Islands.
The only thing you didn't say is I was, cupping your crotch or something.
Well, that came later.
You didn't let me get to that.
What is it, Gay Rich? Uh-oh, Gay Rich.
Your boyfriend.
There's a story here.
I'm coming to Fred's defense.
Oh.
Oh, boy. What a defense.
Somehow I don't think so. But
yeah. Were you kissing Fred? Were you kissing Fred? And answer truthfully, Rich.
I am going to answer truthfully, just like I did last time. No, we weren't.
Tell the truth. I sat across from you.
I was whispering in his ear.
Oh, that was whispering.
On his ear.
You were not, and when you were whispering in his ear, you didn't get really close and your lips touched his ear?
No.
No, Gay Rich is so gay, it's unbelievable, and he's so into.
His T-shirt today.
I can't even think straight. Do you have to wear a T-shirt about gayness?
I'm sorry. Does it bother you?
No, I don't care. Well, obviously, I say it bothers me.
That's why he wears it. He wants it to bother you.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that Fred is a really caring guy, and he needed some help, and Yeah,
and he was stroking your arms and telling you he loved you. All right, look, I don't want to talk about it. You know what? Gay Rich is so gay.
He is.
Oh God! Here we go.
And he's so into oh God, he's a new Paul Lynn. Oh God! Bye. But what's the matter with kids today? Paul Lynn, excellent casting. Ed Sullivan.
I love you, Ed.
I'll take Paul Lynn to block. Block what? So listen to this. So I'm with Gay Rich yesterday, and we're talking, and we're getting into the elevator. So I say, Rich, what are you going to do with your career? Because he's leaving. I try to act interested in the intern's career, so that makes him feel like they're doing something. So we're in an elevator, and there's 3 old guys in there who are stone-faced. You ever get in an elevator and people just stare straight ahead? So Gay Rich is really into making this. He goes, what am I going to do with my career? Well, first of all, I'm gay, and I'm proud of it, and I want to be the... Shut up, you dumb moron.
I thought he was defending me.
Yeah, right. Anyway, I had to bleep Ralph. I'm sorry.
Saying dirty words.
Said dirty words. He's being libelous. I didn't say it. So listen to this. He knows how to kill my show, that Ralph. Keep him off. Where was I?
You were talking about.
Oh, yeah, so we're in the 3 elevators. So we're in the elevator. These 3 stone-faced old guys. They're looking straight ahead. The kind of guys who won't even talk in the elevator, and they're looking straight ahead. And so Gay Rich goes, I just want to be the first gay reporter. I'm proud of being gay. I'm gay. I don't care about it. And I want... This is in the elevator. I'm like, oh, my God. And then he goes, and I want to be the first gay reporter on the E! Entertainment Channel. So I, take a breath, and I look to see the reaction of the 3 guys, because I'm cracking up, and I can't even hold a straight face, because here's this frantic homosexual. And I look behind me, and these guys are like this, straight face.
Trying not to laugh.
Yeah, and I just go, do you believe this conversation? And these guys would not even answer.
They didn't answer.
They were so uptight.
It's true.
So I get off the elevator. I say, Rich, you know, I like talking about your career, but everything
Does
has
everything have to be gay?
Does everything have to be a confrontation?
You have to be gay with a vengeance.
Yeah. Well, you know what, Gay Rich is the new generation of gays. For so long, the last generation
couldn't say a word.
Most of them were alcoholics.
Self-hating.
You're self-hating. You know, they couldn't say a word about it.
Drink their brains out.
Yeah, right. And now they're all like, they're like, how come these young guys, they just go around admitting they're gay? You know what I mean? So he's real comfortable with it. So I said to him,
I'm gay.
Yeah, right.
Daddy lad.
It's not a monkey on my back like it used to be.
There was a monkey on your back. I think he'd move down very quickly.
It's the only thing that's
monkey on my rump.
Yeah. Be a monkey on your rump. Not a monkey on my rump.
Oh, no.
Not a monkey.
Oh, be quiet. Go back to your gay activities. Thank you.
He said to me yesterday that he's not a flamboyant gay.
Oh, no. You are so flamboyant.
He's real stage.
You're one step away from shaving your legs and putting on a dress. He's very flamboyant.
Absolutely. I don't know what he called flamboyant.
Fred just pining away. Look, Fred just staring at the door.
Staring at the door where Gay Rich left.
I think Fred's like in disbelief. He's like, did I really hug that guy and stroke his arm?
He's a nice kid. He really
You were crying on him. That was the weird thing.
Alcohol does strange things to you, man.
You were like weeping into Gay Rich's arms.
That to me.
But even the stories of all the stroking of all the other guys.
Now, see, that's the one thing
I'll
that
tell you
I
one
don't
thing.
understand, Rob.
Me neither.
I'm really surprised.
I don't get it either.
You.
Me?
Why are you
Yeah.
surprised? I'm surprised at you.
What? Yeah.
I wasn't doing it.
Granted, I mean, I was drunk. I was out of my
But
mind.
holding Ralph's hand and stroking his arm.
No, you don't even like Ralph.
You hate Ralph.
I don't hate Ralph. I don't hate
Well,
anybody.
we all hate Ralph.
I don't hate Ralph.
Come on, be like us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, what do you get off holding Ralph's hand and stroking his arm?
You know, it's like, I don't know. Deep down, I am a very emotional person, and hey, what can I say?
Deep down, you're a lot of different people.
I don't think we know who you are.
Gay is not one of them.
All right.
You guys
Fair
want
enough,
to
sir.
see it that way.
Fair
So
enough.
What can I say?
There you go.
You were stroking my arm.
I like
He
Ralph.
didn't hug you, Billy.
I want to come to Fred's defense. He was holding my hand, stroking my arms. I was like, oh, thanks.
The only thing he didn't say was like I was lubing him up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ralph at Nuremberg with Eichmann, you know. In his defense, he only pushed like 3 Jews into the oven that I know of.
listen, I never saw Hitler shoot more than 100 Jews at a time.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Hitler. He never stroked my arm.
Robin, let's finish the news,
Yes,
for God's
really,
sake.
we can't
Enough with
dwell
Fred's
on
gay
Fred's
activities.
gay
Gay blade.
We're just starting.
Gay blade.